Three things in this life are guaranteed: death, taxes, and the New England Patriots will win the AFC East. Or at least something like that. On Sunday, the Patriots went into the locker room at halftime, just barely clinging to a 1-point lead over their divisional opponent, Miami Dolphins. Now, the same team that handed them an embarrassing loss in Week 1. But the Patriots of the second half were a much different group. Whatever changes Bill Belichick made in the locker room realized on the gridiron, both offense and defense. In fact, the Dolphins didn't score another point, and the Patriots went on to win 41-13. But while a divisional win in the NFL is always something to be proud of, divisional dominance is a thing of habit for Brady and Belichick. This is their 6th straight year topping the AFC East in 11 of the last 12. The only season they didn't clinch in those last dozen years was when they lost Tom Brady to an ACL injury and still managed to rattle off 11 victories. The continued dominance of the Patriots franchise is the closest thing to a dynasty the modern NFL will ever see, barring the return of Tom Landry or Vince Lombardi himself. And while Bill Belichick doesn't wear a top hat or a suit and tie on the sidelines, he's got more old school in him than the rest of the league combined. And oh, by the way, he's got more Lombardi trophies than any other active head coach in the league. In second place, Tom Coughlin, who ironically won both of his Lombardi trophies against Bill Belichick. And when you trace Coughlin and Belichick back up the coaching tree, they both served under who? Bill Parcells, of course, on the 1990 Super Bowl champion New York Football Giants. Historically, Parcells was as old school as they come. But the luster of the old school doesn't come without its own warts. Old school guys, they tend to keep everything in-house, as they say. It's a my way or the highway mentality. It's a dictatorship, not a democracy. And Bill Belichick's Patriots are about as transparent as the NSA. And for now, Patriots fans are just fine with that. But as the shield of the NFL logo grows battle-weary from cover-ups, health and safety player risks, PR miscues, and player misconduct, don't be surprised when a few of those stories start inching their way toward Foxborough. In fact, that may have already started. Last week, former Patriots defensive end Jonathan Fanini filed a class-action lawsuit against the NFL. In those documents and in a special letter, he claims Belichick lied about his injury status and altered his medical records to ensure the team would not have to pay out millions of dollars in Fanini's signing bonus money. Now, as you might expect, Belichick will not answer any questions to the media about those allegations. Now, moving on, talking about the old school. When it comes to the game plan, old school coaches love nothing more than misdirection, deceit. It's the double reverse or the triple option. Always have a plan B. Use the end around whenever you can. Go for it on 4th down. Never give in. And you can bet that if that same resolve and strategy translates into the courtroom, Jonathan Fanini probably will never see any of that $3+ million. And of course, Belichick was the mastermind behind Spygate. It's a sore subject amongst Patriots fans, but for 7 years, Belichick spied on his opponents with secret video cameras. Another story that happens to align with the old school: steal the opponent's playbook. And as Patriots haters love to point out, the franchise hasn't won a Super Bowl since. While that very well could change this February, the history of Bill Belichick's Patriots will always carry with it a few scars, surrounded by a shroud of suspicion. We may never know the complete history of Bill Belichick and what he meant to this franchise. We won't know all the details along his storied career, but we will know where it started and where it will end, from the old school to the Hall of Fame.